It's 2021, and most of you guys have already made their New Year's resolutions, like doing more exercises or getting more things done. But the one that comes the most these days is consuming less social media. Well, is social media toxic? Hello Internet, and welcome to the PodTech Talk, where we break down the technology that is making your lives better. I am Mehdi, your host, and in today's episode we'll be talking about social media. Is it really toxic for us, and is it toxic for our mind? And if we are using it regularly, like every day, like minimum or maximum like 2 hours a day, has it some negative impacts on our minds, or has it some negative impacts on our thoughts? For this reason, I brought to you today Abdullah that will talk with us about his experience of detox experience that he did on this last month of December. So Abdullah is a social activist and facilitator with a deep entrepreneurial spirit and a self-starter attitude. He is the founder of Algerian Black Pearl, which is the first English-speaking web radio in Algeria, and Deshell School in Algiers. So please help me in welcoming the one that founded Algerian Black Pearl, the one that founded Deshell School, where we are here today, Abdullah. Welcome Wahib to Deshell School, welcome to Algerian Black Pearl, and welcome to the PodTech Talk. Actually, Deshell School and Algerian Black Pearl, these two initiatives are yours. You are the founder of those two initiatives. So it's a bit weird to have you here on my show, or your chair actually. You are regularly the one that have some guests, and today I'm the one who will animate the show. So welcome.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me. Actually, it's your show. It's a PodTech show. It's your show. It's a great podcast, and I feel like honored like to be with you.
Okay, great. It's an honor from you to say that to me. It's really a great honor. I'm proud of. So Abdullah, there are a lot of people. You are now active on Algerian Black Pearl. I don't know, from like 1 year or 2 years.
Yeah, for 3 years. Well, Algerian Black Pearl started in 2017. It was still at university. We were still from our houses, just with a laptop and slow internet, and doing interviews and shows online. But then after a while, until 2020, we made our studio where we can sit here and talk.
Okay, but I noticed, Wahib, that since the starting, you are doing a lot of videos like the Good Folk, or I love that series, or I subscribe to that playlist literally, but you haven't the occasion to introduce yourself, so you have like 30 seconds to introduce yourself again to your public.
Oh man, it's Abdullah. Okay, 30 seconds. Start counting. Okay, Abdullah is my full name, but my nickname is Wahib. That's the name where I'm known of.
I'm struggling with his name, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. I got a bachelor degree in English from University of Boumerdès. I studied in the US in a program called SUSI program. Studied entrepreneurship. I also studied leadership in Sweden, a program called YLVP Young Leaders Business Program. I won multiple grants in order to finance my program. I was also chosen by the United Nations Affiliation of Civilization as one of prominent youth peace builders in 2020. Yeah, what else? I think that's all.
Yeah, it's really.
Yeah, I'm also the founder and the manager of Algerian Black Pearl, and also Deshell School, which is school that provides English courses.
Oh, that's great. I mean, I got 3 guests for now, and it was really, they were all really interesting profiles, and I am really glad to have you here, Wahib, as a guest. So the reason why here you did some studies in English, and when I come to you and I told you that I want you as a guest in a tech podcast, you told me what kind of things that I can talk about in a tech podcast.
Yeah.
So actually the reason why I got you here, Wahib, is like December last month, you started a detox of social media,
right,
over the whole December. So in this episode, I wanted to talk about social media and its impact on our thoughts or on our mind. So I choose to have you here as a guest, or you will tell us about your experience. So first of all, tell me just the reason why, what pushed you to do this detox or this experience.
Okay, I'm gonna try to explain this in the easiest way possible. The thing is that usually in social media, we all need some time, private time with ourselves, okay, in order to think. I think what social media does is that even if you're with yourself at home or something, you feel like you're still surrounded by people because you're online and you're doing things online, you're sharing things.
That's
And
strange. Yeah.
yeah, and when you're sharing something, you're not thinking about what you're sharing. You're thinking about how other people will perceive what you're sharing. And sometimes you just do things according to how people will see them. You know, share a picture. Are they going to like it? Or maybe you'll like it and you're gonna get any likes. But so you will have to adapt to the social media atmosphere and what how other people are behaving on social media. And so I feel like you also waste a lot of your time. Just, I mean, as simple as that, you waste a lot of your time. I have this app that counts how many times during the day that you use
Yeah.
social media. And when I went there, I was like shocked because many hours and spent on Facebook, Instagram, and I know what I'm doing in those social media accounts. I'm not doing something that's that beneficial. Usually, just the habit of scrolling down
Yeah, that's
aimlessly.
what is dangerous about social media in when it comes to scrolling through all the stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
but
hate that.
I got to ask, Wahib, like, your job is literally social media. Like, you have to share some like videos or some posts
Yeah.
or articles on your
Right.
social media. How could you do that when you are doing your detox? Like, you
Look.
did that like social media as a job, or
Yeah, look, just to make this thing straight, I am not against social media. I think social media is amazing. I think it's one of the greatest tools of 21st century. But I just think that sometimes we need some pause. You know, we need to just pause, reflect, think again, and then come back. I'm planning to come back on social media. You know, that's. I mean, I'm not staying out of social media forever. I'm not saying that like those platforms are bad. As the other question is like regarding how I maintain my job. Well, I mean, I can just like log in, for example, on Algerian Black Pearl. I just have Instagram account of only Algerian Black Pearl. I just go there in order to post a picture or answer a message, and then I log off. But that's different than when you have your personal account, your friends there, seeing their pictures, seeing their stories, scrolling down, seeing like that's totally different. When it's like a job, you just do your job and then you're out. I think that there is some difference. Some people would think that a detox is useless as long as there is still the app on your phone. No, I think that you can do the detox, just like decrease how many times you use those apps.
actually, it's really interesting what you are saying by scrolling and spending a lot of time on social media. Actually, yeah, we are not against social media because the whole purpose of this show is to underline or show off the opportunity that we have through technology. And social
Yeah.
media is a technology.
Yes.
So I'm not against, or we are not against social media, but we are against the thinking of people that are considering social media as a life and not as a platform. So social media like Facebook, Instagram, or others are just for us some platforms to share our actualities or share what we are doing. But there are some people that consider it as a life, literally. So now we hope that you have done this experience like for 1 month now, since we are in January. So how you are feeling right now? Have you, yeah, like, do you think that you have changed or you have more clarity in yourself?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I feel, I feel a little bit different. I feel like I'm relaxed a little bit. I feel like I'm more focused. I feel like I know what I want and I know what I don't want. And I think that's, I think that the right term that the right term that we need to use here when we talk about using social media all the time, being on social media all the time, is distraction. You're distracted from your goals, distracted from your priorities, distracted of what you're supposed to do. Like especially because I think that more time it's I think news are. I think that what social I think that like there is a competition inside social media of data and information. Like there are more posts, more pages, more people posting stuff, more opinions, and so for example, when you're surrounded by all that noise, the news, the like someone
Keeps
saying
you
something.
attracted, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Then the comments and people are fighting, whatever. Like there is a lot of noise. It distracts you from what you're supposed to do during the day or during the week or during the year. Because without all that noise, usually you sit back and you're thinking, okay, what am I supposed to do now? Maybe I should start working out. I should start eating more. I should start. There are many
So
things.
literally, you have more time to think about yourself.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's really interesting what you said about the interaction or what you are seeing when you are scrolling and all day and you have no time to think about yourself. Since no longer like 10 years ago, we had the same discussion about games. Where we were talking about games, we were saying that games have a negative impact on ourselves, or it makes us like angry without reason or have some kind of feeling. So do you think that it's the same thing with social media right now? Like, I think that social media have a certain game theory in it, like to keep you always attracted and keep you always in the game, like in the social media.
Yeah, it's very addictive for sure. But are you asking if it makes you angry or if it changes your behavior in a certain way?
Yeah.
I think it does. It does change our behaviors usually, but I don't think that it makes us angry.
So there are some research done today in artificial intelligence. I wanted to have your thought about it. So literally, that there are some. So if I present to you an art, like for example a painting or a music,
Okay.
so you agree that some arts or some paintings, when you see them, you have some feelings or some kind of emotions when you
Yeah.
see them. So for example, if you see a paintings, it inspire you like sadness, or you see a painting, you are literally angry. What you are seeing through the painting. So, but it differs from a person to another. So, like you and me, we are seeing the same painting. Like I will see the sadness, and you could see joy in this art.
Yeah.
So now with artificial intelligence, imagine that it's possible to get the like what kind of emotions you can trigger in a certain person, knowing his data, the data from this person. You can know what kind of emotions you can trigger from this person in particular. So there are a lot of articles that are made today telling that this kind of technology is now implemented in social media in order that people are more attracted and more, I mean, they can trigger or manage how people are thinking. So do you agree on that or not? Have you ever felt yourself like you are controlled by social media?
Well, I don't. To be honest, yeah, that's a very complicated question, and I feel like, are you asking about like the worry about companies using our data?
No, that's another topic at all, because now if I were like Mark Zuckerberg and I am the owner of Facebook, my whole problem is to get the users all the time on my
Okay,
platform.
yes.
So they put some strategies or some algorithms that make you always on their feed, so that every time you see a post or something, it keeps you on track to see another post.
I think that's okay. I think it's just a business, and they are doing their best in order to make the client come back and use their service more and more. I think everyone does that. It's just that social media does it differently, and everyone is angry because they do it differently. Usually, people who sell products do that. You know, they're trying to improve the product. Sometimes there are certain drinks that when you finish the bottle, you're gonna feel some taste that you want more. You want another one.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly
why
what
is it
what I
different?
mean.
Why is it different? Like when it comes to social media,
Yeah,
why
but
do they? Why do people like freak out and they're like, oh no, how come? And I think it's the same thing.
yeah, but now what's the problem with actually social media? Why I told you about the emotions is that every post that you can trigger in you some emotions that you can. I mean, some emotions that you don't want to have. Like for example, you can see a post that can trigger some angry emotions in you or some sadness in you. So
Okay.
there are some posts that are placed strategically to trigger some things in our minds. So do you agree on that, or do you
Well,
see that it's
campaign ads do that. Campaigners do that. Campaign, for example, when someone wants to be elected as a president and they are in the the campaign competition, when they design campaign ads, for example, they try to trigger emotions. For example, Donald Trump did that last year in 2019. And by the way, I mean I covered the U.S. elections, so I was getting updated about what's happening from speakers from the U.S. And so, for example, I remember I think it was in August when there were many riots in the U.S.
Yeah.
outside in the streets. He released an ad saying, "Don't let them destroy." I think if I'm correct, don't let them destroy America. Vote for Trump. You see, and then showing the riots. So what he's saying is that if he loses, the Democrats, what they are going to do, they're going to support these riots. They're supporting violence. They're supporting an organization, everything. So vote for me so that I can protect you from all these mess. Now, what is he doing? He's actually invoking emotions of fear. He wants you to be afraid. Like, if you don't vote for me, this is what's going to happen for you. A lot of people do that in different domains. It's just that I think that the focus now is on social media, because it's a new thing, and people aren't like used to that, I guess. And they're just like, for example, the documentary of the social dilemma. I don't know if you watched that documentary. I haven't watched it all, to be honest, but I don't know. Like when you see like these kind of documentaries, they don't present information in a very objective way.
Exactly.
They present information with, you know, background song of fear and suspense. You know, like it's like
They are the bad guys.
exactly like it's a horror movie. Like what they are doing, dude. Just look out. That's all. Just stop using your phone. I mean, I did the detox. It wasn't that hard. You just look out. And you know why do you
Yeah.
make? They are trying to improve the platform so that people, you know, like it more and enjoy it more, and they want to be there. If you're against that or something, I mean, you just look out. And I don't know, like what's wrong with people like going after Facebook, going after Instagram all the time?
So actually, there is a huge controversial topic about you talk about data. So now we agree on that social media are selling or using our data. Like, for example, not my own data, that like Mehdi Borahda or
Yeah.
Abdul Wahab or something, but they are using our data to like give us a better recommendations, because there's a lot of recommendation system or algorithms that are made on social media or even on YouTube or something, that are here to present us the products that we want, like it's for us. But this is the pro, I would say, or the advantage of using our data. But do you think that
What's the disadvantage?
like the disadvantage could be like they know about all what you want and all what that like what could, I mean, every of our emotions, like if I see some of the comments, the way I reacted to a post, like for an artificial intelligence, it could know like what kind of things could trigger some emotions in me. So some people think that it could be dangerous in a certain way. So again, technology can be used in when it's in a good hands, could be used in a good way or in a bad way. So the way I see that social media are using our data, it is in a good way, because they are proposing like some good products that are made only for us. Yeah, like they see that I like podcasting, that suggests me the program of Algerian Black Pearl, for example. But when it's used, for example, in a bad way, could it be like having some negative impacts?
I think after the industrial revolution, people used to go to. I think people, like before having social media, before having this algorithm, people used to go to the supermarket, for example, and they spend a lot of time, they spend a lot of efforts, changing salesman from one side to another, just trying to pick what's best for them. But now, for example, in social media, yeah, they have some data about you, they know what you want, and they're going to suggest you the best products for you without you wasting your time. So that's already plus. You're benefiting from an added time. Don't have to waste your time. And second, maybe you're also gonna have like the top products that are made all for you with like different prices, and so that you can navigate between the products that are already designed like only for you. They're already suggested only for you. So that's like a big advantage. As for the disadvantage, I really don't know about that. I mean, people are just worried about social media companies like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter stealing their information and using it in a negative way. But I still don't know what the negative way is.
It isn't stealing. It's some information that
Collecting.
Yeah, it's
that's
just
the right
collecting,
word. Not
yeah.
stealing, but
Yeah.
collecting, gathering information. But what's the wrong way? I still don't know what the wrong way is.
Yeah, the wrong way is just that people are afraid of that. Some people, like now, there are some assumptions, or it's facts, not assumptions. Like social media now know more about yourself than what you are knowing about yourself. Well, what you are knowing about
But I
yourself.
think that we can use that in a positive way.
Yeah, of course.
Let's introduce, for example, social media class inside schools, so that we know, more people know how those algorithms work and everything. And then when you have a good amount of knowledge, then you can control what you choose to reveal and what you choose not to reveal. You know that, for example, when you sign up with, for example, your Google account in different websites, all those websites will use it, will take your picture, will take your name, will take your location, detail. When you know about all that, then you will not sign up with Google account, for example, on multiple websites. You will choose. As long as there is a choice, I think that everything is good. As long as there is a choice.
Yeah.
Now, people are angry that how come those companies are doing that? Well, people don't know. I think instead of trying to go after those countries, those companies, try to improve knowledge and make people know more about how those things work.
Yeah, if it comes to me, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with using data. Even I mean, if data knows, I mean, with data we can know more about ourselves. Like, it could cure any of our disease. Like, imagine now with data we could detect someone has some disease or have some cancer. Imagine that. Like, before getting every stages of cancer or something, if we are truly using all the data that we gather from the humans, if some humans or some persons agree on that, on gathering all the data about ourselves, we could like predict every of those bad things that could happen to us. So that's what the positive things of social media that are doing right now, because it's collecting the true our true personality. Like, imagine now, like, if I give you a survey, it's not that accurate because you know it's a survey. But on social media, you are completely like normal, like you are interacting like normal, like yourself. That's the positive thing about using the social media data. So now, since we talked about your detox, and actually I was also following a kind of detox for myself. Like, I was doing a Sunday detox. Like, every Sunday I go off social media, and I did it like for the last month. I really noticed a difference in myself. Like, I'm thinking better and I have some more clarity. So the best advice that we could give to our audience is the way that they are using social media right now, because we all have to have that conscious when you are using social media. Not everything that you are seeing is true.
Fake news.
Yeah. So if we have to spread a message to some of our watchers or our audience, is to be careful of the way that you are using social media. The same way that we were saying to those that were playing games, like, be careful the way that you are playing. Like, if you are playing like 10 hours a day, it's really bad for you. The same thing goes for social media. Like, 2 hours or for social media per day is really a huge time. Like, you have to consume lesser and lesser. So that's the purpose of this whole episode, and that's why I wanted to talk with you today, Wahib.
Thanks for having me, man. Thank you.
It was great, and I hope I will have you next time or another time. And by the way, I think it's the last time with Algerian Black Pearl. Yeah.
Last episode, unfortunately.
Last episode, unfortunately, but you have to know, guys, that I will continue on my own on the PodTech Talk. So I just to have you in the last episode to say it like directly, to say thank you for this program and the whole team, like you, Wahib, Maryam, Amira, and Hussam, and Ismail, and Rida, all the Algerian Black Pearl team. You were awesome, and also all the participants that were with me, they were all awesome. We all had some challenges.
We had some fun time.
Yeah, we had some fun time. So thank you for this program, and I hope that the second generation or the second edition of this program will see this video and they will enjoy it.
Yeah, we'll have a new squad.
Alright, so again, thank you for being here, Abdulwahab. I'm always struggling with
you
your name.
You keep saying Abdulwahab. It's Abdulwahab or
Okay,
Wahib.
Abdulwahab. I always tell you Wahib, but here in this episode, I don't know why I'm focusing on saying Abdulwahab. Okay.
Sure, no problem.
Okay, so thank you again, and catch you guys on the next one. Peace.